Good morning, guys. It's Friday. Finally, we're here at Grassroots and got my buddy Luis here. We've got a load of Henri fountains right here that we've got to get unpackaged and then put wherever they go. A couple of them are already sold, so those are probably just going to go on a pallet and then be loaded onto the customer's truck. But I don't know, we're just here as the muscle today to get these things unloaded. So I had nothing to do with the ordering, not exactly sure what kind of fountains we've got, but we only carry two brands, Mozzarella and Henri, and they're both beautiful fountain making companies. So I'm excited to see what's on these pallets. Which ones are those, lady?
So this is definitely an Aspire fountain, which is one of the ones we have sold.
Okay. Schufer was just here. He was thinking that both of these were sold.
Is the other one the same color and everything? Okay, if it's the same color, they're both sold. Okay. And hi. Sticking the camera in my face. One of them is going to be going out probably today or tomorrow, and then the other one is going to be here for about a week, so we need to sort of put that one on. Yeah,
we're just going to put it on a pallet and just put it off to the side, and then there's all your pumps.
Oh yeah. Right
there. So we're pretty good to go. So we'll leave one on the pallet, put the other one on a separate pallet, put them to the side.
Sounds good.
And then all the stuff in there, is that big fountains too or little fountains?
We've got a couple more big fountains and a couple statues and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
cool. Okay.
There's a couple bigger things.
I like it. Watch yourself, Luis. You got wild man coming. There we go.
Try to stay level. Try to stay level.
No.
Okay, try to stay level.
There you go. That looks better. All right, well, Shu's gonna take that one down there. We're just gonna set it to the side. When the customer shows up, all we gotta do is load the pallet on the truck, because as you heard Dave, or maybe you heard Dave say a while ago, I was asking him which he liked better between Mozzarella and Henri. He likes the Henri fountains better, but they are incredibly heavy. But I mean, they're just solid, well-made, last forever fountains, and they're not the cheapest, but man, they really last, and they're just beautiful, beautiful water features. Oh, good gracious, y'all. I'm about tired. So, quit filming for two reasons. Main reason, it's so hot out there. The GoPro overheated and shut itself off. And two, we were just working, man. So we just set up this monster right here. This thing is so heavy. It took me and Shuford and Luis and Jesus to put this thing up. I don't know what these guys were thinking when they ordered these monster fountains. They're beautiful, but they have got some serious weight to them. Check out this one down here. Okay, so here's the one that we got out of the box first thing. I forget the name of this one. Okay, yeah, Aspire. So this is the Aspire from Henri. The cool thing about Henri fountains too is you can order whatever color fountain you want. So they've got a myriad of different finishes that they can put on the fountains for you, so you can really get a custom fountain. And then walking down this way, now obviously we haven't got this one up and running just yet, but this one is really cool too. I think this one's probably my favorite fountain out of all the ones that we got today. But you talk about heavy. I don't know what this top piece weighs, but we had to get it on top of that base right there, and it was all that we could could do to get that thing set up. Yeah, I'm really excited to see this one run. So water comes out of the top here, pours down each side, goes into its little channel and spills all the way down. So that one's going to make some cool noise and just look really neat once we get her up and running. The guys have done a really good job of having most of the fountains operational out here. I think that helps out a lot, selling them just so people can actually hear what the sound it makes and picture it more so in their yard. And then this big one, I don't know if I showed you guys this one running yet or not. This was another one that about killed us moving it out here the other day. There's 3 huge vase-like, I guess that's what you'd call them, vase-like pots, bubbling fountains, whatever you want to call it, but really, really pretty. Well, let's walk down to the Japanese garden area because we took another one down there too, and I think Dave has got it set up. Beautiful day here, but man, the humidity is crazy. We've had a lot of rain at the beginning part of this week. The plants are absolutely loving it around here, but the humidity is just insanity today. Got a good many customers coming through today since we've got a sale going on. So anything with roots is 25% off right now. So basically any plant is 25% off, and that's really helped bring customers out this week. And that sale will end tomorrow, which is Saturday. So hopefully Saturday will be a good busy day for us. Oh, I wanted to show y'all this one really cool thing me and Dave were looking at early first thing this morning. This is a Dutchman's pipe. Really interesting looking flower, but look at the size of that thing. Really intricate design on it, but you can kind of see it, the flower sheath right here is kind of shaped like a pipe, but almost looks like that dinosaur from Jurassic Park a little bit. We planted some trailing vinca over here on our waterfall, and so it's been loving the rain. The Chapel Hill, I believe that's Chapel Hill lantana, is blooming its head off. Just really, really pretty down through here, y'all. Right, Jovi? Right. And this lotus, I missed the bloom not too long ago, but this is a hardy lotus. So these grow, you know, in the water. We've done a couple videos on these in the past, and we've got some seeds, so we'll have to try to remember to collect these seeds from the seed pods here and see if we can't plant us some. The nursery is looking beautiful as always. We need to deadhead some of the roses, but there just hadn't been time to do everything that I want to do here lately, but nonetheless it still looks really pretty down here. Of course, this pond area is still one of the customer favorites, and even though the temperature's probably not cooler, at least with the waterfall running down here and the beautiful serene cascading waterfall there, it feels cooler. Hey you guys, I don't have any food for you, sorry. I'll have to bring some back in a little bit. I wouldn't mind getting me a cold beer right now and just sitting down here beside this water feature, to be honest with you. Those fountains, man, they about killed us. Those, I don't even know how we're gonna load them in customers' vehicles. They are massive. I guess what we'll probably do is, if when people do want to buy them, just put them on a pallet and use the tractor to put it in the back of their trucks. Or, you know, we do have some folks that'll come and set them up for you, obviously for a charge, but they are heavy. Now it definitely feels cooler down here, y'all. We got a good bit of shade down here in our Japanese garden area, and I think the breeze takes a little bit of the humidity off of the creek here and just makes this whole area cooler down here in the shade. And our buddy Dave has been busy planting stuff all down here in the Japanese garden. You give this place a couple of years and it is going to be a real showstopper. And if I wouldn't look like a weirdo and probably freak the customers out, I think I would kick my shoes off, take my shirt off, and just lay down in this creek right now. It's such a peaceful and serene little area down here. I know I say it in every single video, but I couldn't be more proud of the folks here that have constructed this beautiful area down here for the customers to enjoy. And the other good thing too, like we've said in the past, it's gonna be a great showcase for all different plants, and people can see them, you know, as they've grown a little bit and kind of get a better idea of what they're going to look like in their yard. Okay, so here's the thing that Dave brought down here. It's a little bell. How cool is that? So this also came in our Henri order today. That is really, really neat. Let's see. Okay, that just pops out here. Dinner time. That's a pretty cool little feature right there. I thought it was a fountain, but it's actually just a bell. That's going to really fit the theme down here in the Japanese garden though. That's really cool. I like that. Still got a little work to do down here. Dave's been laying his drip irrigation in the bed, so we need to get the hoses ran to each individual plant, bringing some mulch down here, and then it's really going to be pretty after we get those finishing touches done to it. But man, I tell you, I could just stay down here all day long. And I never would have thought to use a sweet potato vine right near water features, but it loves the water, obviously. But it really makes a cool accent plant all along the stream bed edges right here. Let's dip into the shade house here real quick and see what the hydrangeas are doing. They're kind of wrapping up their season, but there still are quite a few new bloom heads coming on out. These will go all the way up until fall, and then it'll be time to cut them back and let them do it all over again next year. But there's one plant right in front of us that I'm super excited about, and I'm going to do a completely separate video on it because I think it is that cool of a plant. But right here, look at this bloom on this dude right here. So this is a Proven Winners introduction, pretty much a brand new one called El Nino. Now they're calling it a desert orchid, as you can see there, and the reason being is that this is an intergeneric hybrid. So this is a cross between a desert willow and a northern catalpa tree, which is going to make it a very drought resistant plant. Probably going to be in the it says 6 to 8 foot. I'm going to say 10 to 12 foot tall, maybe 8 foot wide. Seems like it's going to have a growth pattern similar to a vitex tree. So we're going to call this a small tree large shrub. But I've been trying to find these for a little while now, and Dave finally found, I think we've got maybe 20 of them right here. But the cool thing about them is you've got an orchid like flower on a shrub, and they also are very, very fragrant. Has kind of like a citrusy melon, almost grape like scent to it. So I went ahead and snagged me one of those the other day because those are going to fly off the shelf, and I think that's really going to be a super popular shrub. Not a lot of people know about it yet, but given the heritage and the parentage of the plants of the northern catalpa and the desert willow living down in the southwest, it's going to be very drought resistant, which it can handle the heat. Good zone 6 through 8. Again, I'm going to do a separate video just on that plant because I think it's that special. I think it may even be the plant of 25 or 26 as soon as it gains popularity, but it's got huge potential and I'm excited about it. But I'm also excited about going inside and sitting at my computer in the air conditioning. I don't want to do my emails and all that crap that I got to do, but it's really hot out here. I appreciate you guys. The more you know, the more you grow. I'll see you on the next video.